welcome back to day 3 of our STI teardown. In the previous video, we just finished removing this STI intake manifold off the car. Today's video is going to be focused on removing the TGVs, the fuel lines, the fuel rails, and the injectors. And because I still need to remove this ugly bracket that holds the fuel rail onto the car on the driver's side, I may have to wiggle the alternator around a little bit and maybe even start removing my secondary air pump, which I was gonna do anyway because we are deleting that off the car. Now, let's take you guys and show you the engine bay and show you exactly what areas we're gonna be working on. It makes me so happy not seeing the intake manifold on the car anymore. So I think I'm gonna do just like I did in the previous videos. I'm gonna move left to right here. So I still need to remove the OEM fuel rail, which is this guy, held on by, I'm guessing, 12mm bolts. The TGVs are still here. The injectors are still here, which are those blue things down there. The OEM fuel lines are still here, which are these. These run to the fuel pressure regulator up here, which we removed in the previous video. There's that bracket I told you I still need to remove. That bolt is like somewhere here hidden behind the secondary air pump, which is why I was telling you guys I'm gonna remove it anyway. Just also, it's gonna clean up the engine bay so much. So I'm really looking forward to that. As you can see, there's still a lot of work to do. I'm honestly more excited to start getting into the turbo here just because I want to see that precision mounted in the engine bay. It's gonna look so nice. But yeah, we're gonna get it started. I'll put you guys on the stand, but I'm gonna run to the restroom and we'll get going. So I'm gonna start by removing these two 12mm bolts that are holding the fuel rail onto, looks like the TGV housing. All right, and yeah, looks like I can pull out the injectors and start moving the fuel line and fuel rail. Oh, yep, here we go. Pull out the injector. Okay, honestly did not expect that. And here is a OEM blue Subaru injector. I'm gonna try to unbolt the TGV housing next. That way I can pull up on the fuel rail a little bit more. And I wonder what else is holding the TGV down. But I think that's it, just these 4 bolts. Put those bolts up there. They're pretty long. I mean, it has to clear the TGV and then bolt down to the cylinder head. All right. Now all 4 bolts for the TGV are now free and loose. Let's see. Okay, great. Okay. It's like the TGV itself is getting stuck on this back part. Got it. TGV housing is now out. I'll move this to the side here. All I did here was move the gasket out of here. I don't want any of that debris to fall into the cylinder head, so I'm gonna grab a lint-free towel and just wrap it up and then stuff the cylinder ports here. That way I don't have to worry about debris falling in there, because if you guys get something in there, it is not gonna be a good day for you. I put my thinking cap on, and good news, I don't think we have to mess with the alternator at all in order for me to get that bolt that's all the way in the back of the secondary air pump. Let me show you. I was worried I was gonna have to move this hard cable here just to get to that bolt right behind the dipstick, but luckily I don't think I have to because I was able to reach it with the swivel. So we're gonna get that 12mm off, this 12mm off, and then I think there's one more. I'm blanking out right now. I can't find it for some reason. I know there maybe is one more, but we'll find out together. For now, I'll put you guys back on the stand and we'll keep going. Let's see. All right, we're on it. Nope. I'll have to get it with the magnet. All right. Now for the front one. I just found where that 3rd bolt was. Let me show you. That last bolt lives right there, right in between the air pump and that black harness right there. So we'll just put our ratchet and socket right through here and we'll get it. Then afterwards, we have to get that clamp loose, and then I think we can pull this box out. Boom. Got some long needle nose pliers. Move this back. Now this connector here, we'll have to untab it with a screwdriver. I think you have to push down on this and then that will tab out. And then I'm wondering what else is holding this thing onto the car. Let's recap what happened while the camera was off. So it looks like the secondary air pump is held onto the harness that goes to the alternator by this tab. I just stuck my flathead screwdriver in there and pretty much pried it out, and then that dropped. Then I went back and grabbed my needle nose pliers, and that clamp I showed you guys earlier, I just squeezed it together, lifted that forward and up, and then now it's loose. Now the final part is going to be this gray harness here. So essentially you'll have to flip it over, and there's a tab on this side. You'll press down and then this will come out. Then the secondary air pump can now come out of the engine bay, and that will clear up a lot more room as well. So this thing is going to be useless for us. I don't think I'm ever going to be needing it again, but I'll put it off to the side and we'll figure it out. And I mean, wow, this is nice. The car already looks so much better without the secondary air pump in it. It clears up a lot more space in the engine bay and just makes it look a lot nicer. We still have these two hoses that pretty much connect to the back of the block on both sides to delete, but we'll do that in a separate video. For now, we can finally access that bolt holding this pesky shield in place, and we'll keep going on the fuel lines, fuel rails, and TGVs. Now let's keep going with our ratchet and 12mm sockets. Now that we've removed this bolt from the shield here, there's one more bolt actually that's all the way in the back, right underneath and behind the TGV housing here. It's gonna be impossible to see on camera, but it's in that dark little crevice down there. So I'll go ahead and remove that. And then once I remove it and then get the shield out, I'll show you guys where it's located. It was a bit harder than expected. So I already mentioned that bolt back there. We already got that one. Then I had to go in between here, this breather port on the head right there. There's a bolt right in between where that blue harness is that I had to get. I'll show you guys when I pull it out. Now this thing is pretty much loose, ready to go. The only thing holding this in is gonna be that blue harness all the way down there. So I'll unclip that, and then this should be ready to go. Let's see, we just gotta maneuver it out of here. Almost there. Oh man, that was difficult. So we already have that front bolt that you can clearly see from here that I was mentioning. And then there is another bolt that was in between, close to that breather port on the head I just mentioned that you had to remove. That's another 12mm. And then this one is there. I just didn't have it. I believe that would be another 10 or 12mm bolt. And then the final one, which is all the way down here. So this is the one that was all the way in the back. That one was another 12mm I had to get. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 bolts right here on this shield. Now we're finally getting somewhere. We still have the TGV housing to remove and these fuel lines as well. So again, just like we did to the passenger side, 12mm, and we'll get going. Now I still need to disconnect the motor to the TGV, which is in the back right here, and then unbolt the TGV housing from the head. And I think that's it. These are already loose. All right, those are all 4 of the bolts there. Now for the motor, I'm gonna remove the fuel lines first and then pull the TGV out. But there looks like there's another 12mm bolt right there on the TGV housing that holding the fuel line onto it. So I'm gonna remove that and then I'll pull the fuel lines out, pull the TGV, and I think we're all set. Fuel line is coming out. Now there's still one line I have to pull off for the lines to come off. It's an evap line that goes to the fuel pressure regulator that we removed earlier. It's this one right here. It's this bottom port. I'm gonna unplug the injectors. Now just the evap line here. Ah, there we go. Oh, that was difficult. Just had to clean up that mess, and we just removed the fuel lines. Now I just have to unplug that TGV harness on the TGV assembly, and then we'll get this TGV out of here. There we go. Now the TGV can come out. The TGV housings, the fuel lines, the fuel rails, the injectors, they are all out of here. I'm just gonna clean up off camera, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. There was a bunch of debris over by the cylinder heads that I cleaned up once I put some lint-free towels inside of the cylinder heads down there so nothing falls in there. And yeah guys, this is pretty much what the whole engine bay looks like. We still have the turbo downpipe to remove and those hoses that connect to the secondary air pump right here that we're gonna end up deleting. And I think that's where we're going to end things today. Honestly, I'm very happy and satisfied with how smooth things went today. I mean, it's only 3 p.m. and most of the stuff I wanted to get done today is already done. Like I had said, I think the next thing we're gonna do is a downpipe turbo, then the secondary air pump, the rest of the assembly line. Once it comes to installation time, we'll just do the reverse order of everything we've already done. And as always, thank you so much for checking out today's video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the future content. And I will see you guys on the next one.